welcome to my Mexico holiday vlog! Woo! I'm so excited. I haven't been on holiday properly, like relaxing by a beach or by a pool in so long. It's already like really bright here in England. It's 5:30 in the morning, about to get a taxi to Birmingham, and yeah. Let's do this. Hello! So we have made it off the aeroplane. We are currently in the transport bus to get to the hotel, waiting for everyone else to get their luggage from the airport. And then I'm not sure how long the transfer is, but we'll see. I'm guessing it's probably around an hour, hour and a half. It was a 9-hour flight, which was long, but it's okay because there was lots of films to watch. Now we're on holiday. Yay! So it is day 1 here in Mexico. Woohoo! I'm feeling a little tired from the journey yesterday. I actually didn't do anything in the evening. Mum went out for a walk and found the karaoke, I think the entertainment, but I generally just went to sleep. Like after a 9-hour journey, then an hour and a half transfer, I was like, nah, I'm gonna get some sleep and then feel better in the morning. So hopefully, oh, it's so hot, it's getting misty. That's crazy. I think it's gonna be a very, very hot day. Is that better? Yeah, I think it's gonna mist up straight away though. I think it's gonna be a very, very hot day. And I have no idea what we're gonna do, probably just chill, find somewhere by the pool. Hello! So it is still morning and we're currently waiting for the rep speech where they tell you what's going on, if there's any excursions. But yeah, it's a nice hotel so far. Hello! So it's the end of day 1. We chilled by the adult pool, but just for reference, the adult pool isn't really an adult pool. Our spot was very, very ideal. Basically, we were right next to the pool and right next to the snack bar. The snack bar was basically like a Mexican little restaurant that you could order from, and then they get it up for you. So like burritos, quesadillas, chips, burgers, all that kind of lovely food. And then tonight is going to be a silent disco. I'm actually really excited for the entertainment. I think the entertainment's going to be really good here. Each night is a different kind of thing or different kind of theme. I love a silent disco, so yeah, we're gonna go do that. Good morning, it is day 2 here in Mexico. Today we are taking another pool day. Surprise, surprise. What else? Anything else today, Mother? And that is a no from Mother. So yeah, I guess not much will happen today, but you never know, so tune in to find out. Good morning, so it is day 3 here in Mexico. I didn't actually do anything yesterday, but I think that's the whole point of this holiday. So I've decided, instead of doing a lot of vlogging, I might just show you around the place now. Usually I vlog like my excursions or things like that, but I think I'm just gonna show you around the restaurant today, maybe the pools tomorrow. We'll probably check out the spa and the gym and the sports bar and all that sort of thing. But I think for today, I'm going to show you what a usual breakfast, lunch and dinner would be at the hotel. And if you're hungry, I'm sorry. Because you're about to be more hungry. So I'm currently in the restaurant. Obviously I'm not going to show too much around the restaurant because people are eating and that would be rude. However, I did get some clips of the food. You've got your usual like cold cheeses, fruits, you've got your yogurts, you've got your hot foods, so you've got your pancakes, you've got your gluten-free section, you've got your egg section where they cook your eggs for you. As I got some footage of, I got my own little omelets. You've got your vegetarian section, you've got your Mexican section. I'm not really a massive eater, or I eat lots but of not a lot of things, but what I've seen so far is the food is warm, the food is nice, especially if you get it like cooked for you right in front of you, like the pasta or the omelette. That's what I've been getting. The fruit has been really lovely. What have you found the food like? Mum says a thumbs up. But yeah, that's your average kind of breakfast setting. And then obviously it varies quite a bit, although breakfast is quite similar most days, but there is a lot of options. So you're not gonna have like a whole, I mean, you can have a whole ginormous plate of everything, but it's something different each day if you want to kind of vary it or not, as the case may be, as I've been having just omelettes and watermelon for breakfast. But yeah, I think that's all. So just outside the restaurant is basically where the entertainment is in the evening. I might show you it in the evening, but once again, I don't really want to be rude and get people in my video when they don't want to be. So this, coming down the steps from the restaurant, and then that's the stage over there where they usually do things. Good morning, it is day 4 here in Mexico. So I'm up early and I've got my sunbeds. What I will say is there is loads of sunbeds. There is enough sunbeds, but there's not a lot of shade. 3 times it has happened, the last 3 days, it's got to the early or late afternoon, sorry, it's got to the late afternoon and I've wanted the shade on my face and like the sun on my body for a little while, and people have come in behind me and put their sunbeds in the shade that our hut is creating. I'm not saying I claim shade or anything, but there's not a lot of shade compared to sunbeds, and people do sneak in and steal your shade. That being said, you know, it is what it is. So this is the pool. You've got some steps to go in here, swim up bar, and then right over here is a jacuzzi that you can sit in. Honestly, it's the first holiday where I've got in water and you're not like, oh my Jesus, that is cold. Like obviously it's good to get in there and it cools you down a little bit, but it's also just like a lukewarm bath. We've got Japanese a la carte tonight, which I'm excited for. The menu looked really nice when we booked it. And that, I think, is around it. But with that being said, toodle pip. Good morning, so it is day 5 here in Mexico, and this, I'm pretty sure, is the other pool, like some water kiddie parky slides there for youngsters. So while we're wondering about this morning, and also it's not as hot obviously at midday, we're gonna go take a look at the gym to show you around there, and possibly take a little buggy to the beach and see what the beach is about. So I couldn't speak too much in the gym because there's music and I didn't want to get copyrighted, but you do have like your running machines, your bike machines. You've also got a free weight section and a couple of squatting bars, and you've also got a bench bar, and then also a kind of like mat area where you can do your yoga, or you can do your sit-ups, you can do your whatever you want to do. So there is quite a few things that you can use there. To be honest, if I knew what was there, I probably would have gone more this holiday, because they do have a lot of like free weights, which is what I like to use. I didn't record too much also because there was a couple of guys working out and I didn't want to be rude. I did ask if I could record and they said it's fine, but also I just didn't want to be rude. So I have shown you this area before. I've literally just come out of the gym, so the gym sign is right here. Hello gym. And this is the evening entertainment bit, and then literally past the evening entertainment bit you can go up to breakfast. I forgot to say the gym does have air conditioning. I thought that was a very useful bit of information that I forgot. So this is the sports bar area where they play sports. Duh. There is aircon, this is like the only other room I think other than the gym that actually has aircon and not just fans. So I'm currently on the buggy. I'm pretty sure we're heading to the beach. They come quite often. It's a bit of a free-for-all. There's not really much structure to the queues, but yeah, they come quite often, so it's okay. I've made it to the beach. It's quite a dinky beach, but it's quite quaint. The sand isn't like proper, what am I trying to say, like really fine sand, but it's also not pebbly and it's not stony, it's like right in between. There is quite a bit of shade here, but once again, could probably do with more shade, but there are quite a lot of shaded areas a bit further back. There's quite a bit of seaweed, but as I've got footage of, they do a lot of cleaning up in the morning, so they've currently got a tractor cleaning up the seaweed. But yeah, it's quite nice here. I might dip my toes in the water to see how cool it is and let you know. Actually very refreshing, not too cold either. Morning, it's day 6 here in Mexico. I'm outside on my balcony overlooking the swimming pool. I spoke to some other English people yesterday and they said they do a bike tour, which is quite interesting, every day at 10 o'clock, 10 till 10:45. So I thought I'd take the bike tour and see if I've missed anything for you. I think they stop off at some shops as well that sell like sombreros and trinkets and what's it called, souvenirs, that's the one. But yes, we're gonna go for a bike ride because I thought, why not? And let's see what happens. Good morning, it is day here. Bleh. Good morning, it is day 7 here in Mexico. I'm going home today, however, I thought that I would sit down and give you a pros and cons list of what I found about this hotel. Gonna start with the pros because everyone loves a good little compliment. There's people walking around everywhere and I feel so embarrassed. But we're gonna do this anyway. The camera's heating up because it's so hot. The weather has been delightful. We came to Mexico. We usually would have come for 10 days, but we couldn't find a dog sitter, so we've only come for a week. We were a little bit apprehensive that it's a 9-10 hour journey to get here for a week, but it's been perfectly fine and we got the weather that we wanted. There was a couple of days that were rainy, but the thing is, because it's so hot here, even if it's raining, you can sit outside on your balcony, read a book and listen to the rain. Whereas if you're somewhere in like Tenerife or like the Canary Islands or wherever like that in Europe, if it rains, the whole day is kind of cold and a bit miserable. Whereas here it's been absolutely delightful. I'm getting like a smoky background because the camera's getting so hot. Where our room was so well located. So I'm by the pool right now, and when I say like my room is literally over there, it's literally over there. We've got a snack truck thing literally there, and like the restaurant is so close. However, this complex is really big, so I don't know if my room was somewhere else. I don't know how I'd feel about that. However, there are these buggies that you've probably seen in the vlog that go around, pick you up. They'll stop you while you're walking and say, where are you going? Do you want a lift? So even if you are quite far away from the swimming pools, or if you are quite far away from buffet breakfast or dinner, then they'll take you there. They'll take you as close as they can, and you know, you don't have to walk as much. The bar staff here are really friendly. They pour your drinks. If you like an alcoholic beverage, very, what's the word? You know, that much vodka, that much Coke. But they're very friendly, they're very kind. And yeah, I've just found them very personable. Really quick here with customer service. Unfortunately, when we came, someone had like drank half of everything in our fridge and they hadn't emptied that, and then for a couple of days they probably thought it was just our drinks, so then they never emptied it, so we never got new drinks, and it was someone else's old drink. So we were just like, can you change this? And we've got rid of it, and literally within 15 to 20 minutes they came up with more water, more Fanta, more fizzy drinks, soft drinks and whatever. So their customer service here is really quick. The pool temperature was really lovely. I mean, maybe a bit too warm at sometimes, but you know, you can't complain. In some other hotels that I've gone to, like the pool is literally just freezing cold and you're like, ooh, every time you get in. But here it's like a warm bath. It's much nicer after a rainstorm because obviously it's all cooled down, but yeah, it is a bit like getting into a warm bath. There is a variety of food. However, I didn't really try a variety of food. I really like, if I find something I like, I kind of just have that quite a lot. However, I think if we were here for 2 weeks, the variety of food wouldn't be very voracious. I don't think that's a word. I think we would become a bit bored with the food, but that's why it's good that they have a la carte. So if you are here for 2 weeks, you can have 7 different a la cartes. And I still haven't checked how many a la cartes there are, but I genuinely think there's around like 7 to 12. There's a lot of a la cartes, and in the surrounding hotel areas as well, you can go to their a la cartes as well in this chain. The sea is a nice temperature. We didn't really spend the day at the beach because Mum isn't really a fan of sand or the beach itself. In all honesty, it's not been my favourite beach, not that I've been there, but I took a look. The sand's quite narrow, but you know, I can't complain because I haven't really been there, so it's not really an opinion because I didn't really try it that much. So I think it'd be an unfair opinion for me to say what I think about it. I loved my food because basically I got my food cooked in front of me every single day. I either had like an omelette for breakfast or pasta for dinner, and then if you go to the food truck, it's literally like going to a fast food restaurant and they cook it there and then. So all my food has been really hot. However, last night the pasta queue was really long and I decided, you know what, it's the last night, I'm going to try some other food. I personally found the food quite lukewarm, if I'm honest with you. Mum said that she's found it's fine. Obviously there's some things that are hotter than others, but she's found it fine. But I think because I've been having piping hot food made in front of me, to then make the switch to just look at the buffet, the food hasn't been as hot for me as, you know, maybe my expectations is just piping hot. I don't know. But Mum said it's been perfectly fine. I don't know. I'd like to preface this with most of these pros and cons, it's all like subjective, and obviously some of my cons could be your pros, or some of your pros could be my cons. So take it as you will, take it as you want. Con list. There is no lift when you are in the top floor. If you're on the 3rd floor in the flats, there is no lifts. However, when you do have your suitcases, these birds want to upstage me. When you do have your suitcases either going to the flats or coming back to go back home, they will bring a buggy to you. Yeah, if you need your suitcases taken, then they will do that for you. However, every single day, no one's going to lift you up 3 flights of stairs. So if you find that troublesome, then you find that troublesome. If you don't, then you don't. And they do get quite slippery when it's really, really, really rainy. Mum's fell over once and I fell over once, but we're okay. We're perfectly fine. But yeah, it just depends. There's no lifts. So if you are on the top floor, you're on the top floor and you're stuck with it. Personally, for a con, I have found the toilets here not very nice, at least 5 of the times that I've gone to the toilet over the whole week. This could be very pernickety, but it also could not be. However, there has been at least 5 times I've walked into the toilets, and one of those times, like all of the toilets, I just didn't want to use because there was stuff in them, they hadn't been flushed, they haven't been checked over. I think that's more understandable when you're going to the poolside toilet, because obviously it's going to be wet, like you have to expect these things. But it was even like toilets near the restaurant that were quite not as cleanly as I would have liked them to be, but you know, it is what it is, you can't complain too much. But that was only like 5 times within the 7 days that I've been here. I personally didn't mind the rooms at all. I wasn't in the rooms at all, so I would say the rooms are a pro. However, Mum said the rooms are a little bit dated, but you know, when you're on holiday, who's spending time in the room? If you want to watch TV, that's fair enough. If you want to watch some Netflix, that's fair enough. But I haven't found them to be too dated. I haven't really minded. I haven't really got much to say about them because I haven't spent much time in them. They were clean. They were cleaned every single day. You got new towels every single day if you wanted. A con that I found is when you enter the hotel and when you sign in and when you get your room key, there's not much information told to you. It is quite a big complex. I mean, the hotel, if you are in one hotel, obviously that hotel, there's a couple of pools, there's not too much about it. But because you can use the other facilities of the chained hotels, there's not much said about those hotels. So for example, if I knew one of these days I would have probably paid, I knew that you could pay an extra £15 to use their, have drinks at a different hotel, but I didn't know about their facilities. So for example, the gym is nicer at one of the hotels. Also, I knew there was an only adults over 18 hotel, but I didn't know they had an infinity pool. So I think we would have gone over there for the day if we knew. I don't think there was much information given about the other hotels or really much about this hotel when we arrived, which is fine if you're here for a couple of weeks because you find out things talking to other people, but we've kind of found out things too late from talking to other people because now we're going home today, if that makes sense. But maybe that's just me. I need to ask people when we get here what's to do earlier. The trips, we didn't take any trips. However, we personally found that the trips, with TUI at least, are quite expensive. Hence why we didn't really do one. We would have done like a zip lining one with a buggy that you could drive yourself. But personally, like, obviously it's completely subjective because it's whatever you think is expensive. But personally for us, we thought they were a bit too expensive. However, most of the people we spoke to here are doing excursions, but they're doing it straight through the company itself. So straight through that website, because they still come to you for the transfer, they still come to your hotel to pick you up, and it's so much more cheaper than doing it through TUI. But obviously I know if you do it through TUI, you have that safety blanket, you have that safety comfort of you are doing it with TUI. I don't know, if we were here for 2 weeks, we probably would have said that's fine, we'll do something just for a day out. But personally we found it a bit too on the spenny side for what things were. So that's some of my pros and cons that I've found here. If you have any questions, please pop them in the comments below. I will try my hardest to answer them. I really hope you found this video helpful. If you have, please subscribe because hopefully I'll be going on more holidays and you can see more hotels. Please, yeah, subscribe as well because it's helpful to my channel, and I will see you soon. Thank you so much for watching this video and you are appreciated. Have a lovely holiday wherever you may go.